What's up, guys? It's Tony Butler, and today we're going to talk about how do you create a lead magnet for your business that's actually going to move the needle. If you aren't familiar with of the term lead magnet, it's a piece of content that you make available in exchange, usually for someone's contact information. It can be a lot of things. Access to a webinar, it can be a training video, an ebook, a download, or maybe you want to go old school and even mail them something through the snail mail. Okay? It's something that helps you build a list of potential prospects, and it has to have an expressed interest in what you're doing. Okay? And it's way better than a compiled list. So really, it's a list that can help you move the needle in your business. But before I get into it, please click like on this video, and you haven't done so yet, follow the channel. Marketing for Humans is here to help you grow your business so that you can help and serve as many people as possible. So follow it, ask your questions in the comments below. All right, so lead magnets. The world is full of lead magnets. Everyone wants to give me something in exchange for the contact information. Usually my name and email address is what they're looking for, but sometimes they want a whole lot more. They want my address, my physical address, my phone number. There's this guy in Pakistan, he wants my social security number so I can claim a long lost fortune from an uncle I didn't know I had. You get what I mean. Lead magnets are everywhere. And most of them, I would say probably 95%, are terrible. Just not well done. No, I'm not going to spend 20 minutes of my life filling out your crappy little survey so that you can then spam me until I buy some of your crap or I die, okay? And you're going to give me what? 3 tips to save more money? No, I'm not doing that. And I suspect most other people are not going to do it either. The problem is, everybody has forgotten a key idea of the new economy. Seth Godin has been talking about it for 10 years. He calls it the gift economy. Okay, so what's a gift? A gift is something that you give to somebody, and when you're giving it to them, you're not expecting something in return necessarily. It's something of value, and it's more than that. It's something that will help them in their life. Okay, you get my meaning? It's about them. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. And this is where I think a lot of companies have just gone off the rails. They're not really giving anything away that's valuable. And they're so afraid of giving away too much that they hold back what could be valuable. They want to provide as little value as possible and get as much back as they can. And I think that's just, it's a mistake. And here's the problem. People are busier than ever. And they're inundated with information and offers from every direction. Your lead magnet, if it's going to work even a little bit, it's got to be unbelievably valuable. It's got to be an overwhelming proposition, or else everyone's going to ignore it. You've got to do the work before you make the lead magnet to understand your target audience. Make sure you understand them as a market before you design anything. Okay? You've got to define the tribe and ask yourself, what are the demographics and the psychographics? I go into tribe in great detail in some of my other videos, so go check that out. It'll help you get started. But the most important thing I'm trying to do is help you understand how it can help and solve a big problem. I want to create something that has real value in the world and not just a good to know bite of information. A real gift. Okay, we're going to create something that they absolutely want and they're happy to have it. Something they're going to learn from or maybe use it for a long time. I'll give you an example. On my desk right here, I have a mouse pad, and it's from James Malinchak. If you ever heard of him, go check him out. He was like one of the first secret millionaires, and he runs, I think, Big Money Speakers, his new company. I attended some seminars from him. I took some coaching from him a long time ago. Really valuable, really good stuff. Well, this mouse pad has been sitting on my desk for, I would say, 7 years, maybe longer. And every time I sit down, I see it. It's right here. It's got longevity. And I got a good feeling from the guy. He's got longevity with me. So you want your lead magnets to have that kind of staying power, okay? They help your clients remember you. And if you do it really well, they'll also help establish credibility. You'll get inside the mind of the prospect. They'll start to think of you in a certain way, and how that opinion is something that you shape. So if you ever want to see someone who's a master of this, take a look at Dan Kennedy. He's the guy who runs the No BS book line. So he's got like No BS business success, No BS sales success. He's got a whole bunch of them. Every one of his books is a type of very advanced lead magnet. Okay, yes, they're well written and they provide value as a book, but the real purpose of all of his books, they're to pull you into Dan's herd. Okay, so he can corral you and he can market to you and he can sell you things. But more than that, like this is something about Dan is really valuable. Okay, he'll sell you something, but it's just something that's going to change your life. Okay, it's that good. That's how the guy has lasted for, I think he's been in business 40 years or something crazy. He introduces you to his expertise, and then eventually that helps you find his coaching, his information products. And if you're the right type of client who's going to hire him direct, you could hire him to do direct marketing and write sales letters for you and stuff. He's a genius. The guy's a legend. If you haven't, run out, buy all of his books, read them, apply them, because it's going to help. Even if you don't like Dan, and he can be a lot to take, he's a tough guy, you'll learn from his model. Okay, the structure of his entire business, it's old school, it's not really online. Okay, but everything he does you can do online in a different way. All right, so use his example. So what makes a lead magnet effective is something that most marketers miss. It has to grab the prospect emotionally. You need to tap into the primal urges and emotions with a story that's so captivating they can't help but take notice and listen. You need to focus on what your clients need and want, and then give it to them. Give them a real gift, not something you want, but something they want. Something they will message you and thank you for. That's how you'll know if it's good or not, is they're going to message you, they're going to tell you. Okay? This is not like my son who goes in the kitchen and, he starts messing around in the refrigerator and say, "Hey, Dad, here's some hamburger in here. You want to cook it for me?" And he acts like he's giving me a gift, right? That's not it. To create the perfect lead magnet, it takes work. Okay? You're going to have to brainstorm a lot of different types of offers. It'd be helpful if you come up with a couple of dozen ideas, write working titles and headlines for them, and then test them. Okay? You're going to test your idea before you create the lead magnet. You know how much of a waste of time it is to go through the entire creative process of designing a lead magnet that no one wants? And it's easy to miss that step and just go out and we gotta get it done, okay? Even when you know what you're doing, it's easy to make a mistake. So you gotta test it again, and then test some more. I think the problem that most marketers face is that most of the time, they're the ones evaluating the lead magnet, but they're not in the target market. One of the least helpful pieces of advice that I get from people, or at clients, I get this from clients pretty often, is when an executive at a client, and usually it's someone who's not even in marketing, the CFO or an ops guy or something, and they'll comment, "Well, I would never download that." And most of the time my answer for them is, "Dude, you're an old guy and we're marketing to 20-somethings. You're not in the market at all. You're not that target. Okay, so who cares what you think?" And I care because they're a client and they're paying me, but you understand what I mean is, like, not all opinions are created equal. And the opinion of the person who's giving you money, that's the opinion that counts. Not your mom, not your neighbor, not your employees, the people who give you money. That's the only opinion that counts. And the same thing goes when you try and change the copy that I write for you. You want it to sound more corporate, or even worse, intellectual or professional. If you hire me to write for you, we're writing for your customers, not for you. It just drives me nuts. So lead magnets, they're for your customer. They're not for you. Unless you're in the target market, your opinion doesn't count for much. So do your research, come up with your 3 best ideas, throw them against the wall, write your best headlines, write a good ad, and then run a micro test. You want feedback from the actual target audience, the people who might give you money. And so test that ad. Bring them to your landing page. Test the landing page copy itself. Yes, just like you're selling something for money, you're going to test it just exactly like that. Okay? So most lead magnets, not all of them, are free offers. But whether it's a free offer or a low cost, low paid offer, the process is the same. You get an idea, You write an ad, you test it, you iterate. Okay, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to run a test. Start with something small. Start with $250, $500. If you don't have that much, then at least try $25, $50, something. But don't put in the work of creating a lead magnet without spending the time to test it first to see if it even has any legs at all. Okay, so when I was first coming up with Primal Storytelling, you can bet I tested all along the way. I tested the headlines, I tested the name Primal Storytelling, I tested the end of it, marketing for humans. I tested different landing pages, videos, and then when I thought I had it, I went out to clients and I tested the process to see, okay, will it work in this industry? Oh, that's interesting. Will it work in that industry? Oh, that's interesting. And I learned a lot, and I made some mistakes, and those mistakes told me something. Okay? The only opinion that counts is your perfect prospect, and they're going to give you information in what they want. So they'll tell you if you have a good lead magnet or not, and it's how they're going to tell you is with their behavior. And that's how you're going to do it to create the perfect lead magnet. Let your audience tell you which of your ideas is the right one. And if it's none of those ideas, what are you going to do then? You're going to go back to the drawing board and you're going to try again. You're going to start again. You're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. Okay, some other things you can do. You can survey them, find some clients, interview them, go out, hang out with them for the day, go where they are, okay? Everything that you can learn will go toward understanding what they need, and understanding will lead to your best ideas. Okay, so there you have it. That's the formula for creating the perfect lead magnet that's going to help you grow your business. And if you haven't already, check out primalstorytelling.com. I have a number of resources there to help you get started. I have a community. And if you want to create your best content, that's how you're going to do it, okay? Through storytelling. And storytelling will help your business grow until you're ready for the next level. All right, so until next time, this is Tony Butler. Be well.